I'm not insulting you people as jokes, funny haha. I'm doing it because I sincerely hate your motherfucking guts. I mean, I hate you, alright? It's not I'm not ambiguous about it. I hate what you think, and I hate what you represent. I hate the menace and puke that you are. I hate you. You're doing it because you're glib, frivolous assholes. You're doing it for fun. So right there is a huge difference. Apparently I'm not supposed to just do that greeting thing with people. You're not supposed to just do that traditional, like, hi, how are you, blah, blah, blah. Even if you hate their guts, you just say hi, yeah, just as a social nicety. Just to kind of ease the tension a little bit, because theoretically you really never know, especially when you're in the woods, do you? That the guy coming at you might not be like an axe murderer or something, and it just kind of helps a little bit. If they go hi, because usually the axe murderer won't do that.
Is, as pointed out in the previous post, the same guy who wants to torture the crushing majority of humanity for its
The crushing majority of humanity. Now, I already said to you, the vast majority of humanity is already in no need of crushing. They're already behaving like anti-natalists, newsflash retard. Again, you are not the majority, idiot. You are a tiny minority of the human race who has more than 4 kids. Okay? And you're in a minority full of retards, and you want to talk Neanderthals? Yeah, Neanderthals, who probably can't speak their own native language correctly. Yeah, that's the group you're among, fucknut.
To affirm life and procreate. He's never read.
Well, affirm life, which means what? Affirm parasites, replication for the sake of replication, consumption, reproduction, cannibalism, addiction, for no accomplishment except to satisfy his delusions of accomplishment, of course. And to procreate, again, right, to take a risk with somebody else's welfare for some ambiguous, I hope they'll have a good time purpose. And you have the authority and the right to pull a straw for somebody else. And their life will be a straw. It'll be short or long, it'll be lucky or unlucky, and you're going to pull it. And because why? Because you're an arrogant fuck? I mean, what exactly is the reason besides you being an arrogant fuck? I guess there isn't one.
So glaring that even Forever Wolf Films might be able to pick up on it if she received a couple of decades of intense tutoring.
Yes, he's laughing at his own joke. Like that was a funny joke. Yeah. Alright, and this is coming from a guy, like I said, who's vacillated all over the place in terms of his mopiness and his bizarre mood swings. I mean, you can't even accept that creating a life is an imposition. You can't even accept the fact that the future is actually going to get here, and that what we do now is going to decide what the future looks like. You can't even figure out that B. And you're going to critique others. Hilarious. I mean, I think I like that my videos aren't forced in people's faces, that they have to press a play button, or they have to press on the video. I wouldn't want them chained up and obliged. Just as I wouldn't want to be chained up and obliged to listen to some religious kook. I mean, what exactly is it you want me to do? Is to engage people when they're having a walk in the park in a philosophical discussion they didn't ask or in any way indicate they were interested in? I mean, fucking A.
And Minham doesn't care about suffering. There I argued that Minham's desire to torture YouTubers like Pyro and Hitler.
Torture them, yeah, again, liar. I mean, deserve has to have something to do with this conversation. It's not irrelevant. And, but yeah, if it's your silly statement that it's my intent to torture, I mean, it's just a silly statement. It's just an accusation you're making, right? What's the evidence that I intend to do that? I intend to illustrate a point, and I think I successfully illustrate those points.
Surely commits him to a desire to torture most of the human race, given that almost everyone shares the former two individuals' life-approving sentiments.
Almost everyone. Anyway, so obviously the fallacy of the argument from popularity. So you can say that, okay, well, most people think they've been indoctrinated by God theory. It totally owns the culture, and so the culture comes up with some word beastie, and now it can just sit there and pretend all the other sentient creatures on this planet are no longer a moral dilemma, an ethical dilemma. And that, to me, that's supposed to respect that logic. We can evade the subject because traditionally we've evaded the subject. Oh, yeah, how big of you. Do you really think that if I could get a signed contract from the government exempting me from life imprisonment, that I wouldn't kill one of you fuckers in a cage match or something? That I wouldn't be glad to do it for the sake of the betterment of the human race, because you really are the scum of the earth. I really believe you to be absolute fucking scum. You're self-centered, selfish, nihilist, torturers of sentient beings. And on top of that, all the animals, on top of that, you would impose torture on another human being for your ambition. I mean, you're despicable pieces of scum. The subject is, can you someday come up with some sort of rational justification for your imposition of harm to satisfy your delusional dependency on a perception of earthlings in the universe? I'm not a pedophile, apologetic pedophile. I'm an aggressive pedophile, and I think pedophilia is super cool. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. I shouldn't hate that person or despise that person. They have absolutely no humility regarding the harm they're going to cause children. And I'm supposed to, be friends with them? Oh, please.
Assumption here is that if the optimists of the world were informed of ethylism, they would then cast down their collective love of life. But anyone...
Well, at least you're calling it the right thing, right? Their collective love of life. I guess I'd love to know what that is made out of. The love of the risk game they play with other people's welfare. Oh. Okay. Love of what? Satisfying their particular silly addictions. Yeah. Life-loving. I mean, being gratified to feed on other people's failure. Seems like the substance of their life-loving.
Exception that of depressive, misshapen losers, in other words, the people inclined to or possessing an end.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It's going to be a lot easier for somebody who has been burned, stung, harmed, hurt, to understand the danger. And obviously people who haven't aren't going to understand. You haven't died yet you claim to know what it's all about. But you haven't done it, have you?
You'd find less nightmare material on the set of a George...
He's laughing again, like it's all a funny subject, right? Suffering is funny, ha ha ha, especially when it's somebody else's, that I disregard their welfare and impose the risk on them, ha ha ha. So I mean, this is why it's all kind of a glib, right?
You won't last long in these parts with that loose tongue, boy. Better stick it where it needs sticking. The Ethel Peach you. Stay away from the dangerous...
Yeah, whatever. So just like you to go there. You do seem like a anally fixated shit-eater.
At least, and Bentham himself, progenitor of the stinking Ethel Blight. You remember it's IGHT, right? Go through Bentham's archive, the existence of which is itself the best reason to endorse Ethylism. And find a video wherein he reads off the screen. You will hear the stumbling, maladroit narration of a kindergartner. Keep in mind...
You can't figure out what knowledge is, you can't figure out what a truth is, you can't figure out what a statement is, you can't figure out what logic is. Alright, you're the one stuck in some sort of confusion. I'm the one saying, look, it's not that complicated. There's a universe full of energy. That it becomes a sentient as part of a toolkit in that carnage war to gain dominance of a DNA molecule. Yeah, and then it gains all this nuance, all this singing and dancing on the skulls of the high attrition necessary to maintain the game. thousands must be abused or disposed of, shown the exit, so the one good guy can get in. So you're the one living your little Hitler fantasy. Go ahead, make one mumbo jumbo where you claim some supernatural knowledge, some supernatural ambition, some supernatural desire or motivator besides the obvious desires and motivators that have nothing to do with anything supernatural and have everything to do with just crude and stupid, egomaniacal, selfish motherfuckers. Yeah, you're just an icon for stupid, selfish, ignorance, and want. You are the classic failure. But you're never going to get to me with that kind of crap. I mean, really, you think you're actually going to be able to hurt me in some way? You? Hurt me? Yeah, that's one of those things you could laugh at. Okay, there's no way you can get to me. Because, unlike you people, I don't have something to defend or justify. I don't have a problem doing that. I'm willing to justify myself. I'm willing to explain myself. Do I ridicule things for the fun of it, or do I ridicule them because I sincerely believe them to be a harm, a threat, dangerous, evil?
Sympathy for people who laugh at the deaths of children, clearly a source of...
Again, not laughing at the deaths of children, but mocking the idea that these glib, self-centered, egomaniacal fuck-asses give a rat's motherfucking ass. They pretend to like people, they pretend to be people's friends, they pretend to do all kinds of things, and there's absolutely no sincerity in any of it. And if you examine their behavior, you can see that.
If one's goal is to show that someone is depraved, despicable wretch, then personal insults are key.
Right, so you understand, he actually then thinks that, like him, I guess, this is all some sort of joke I'm on. I'm at some sort of joke party. And then if I really couldn't, like if there was really an animal farm, that he doesn't think I would show up at Animal Farm and help the animals kill the humans. What I say is there is a paragon, and we should always look at it. We should always try to be better than we are, and you people want to keep making rationalizations not to even try. All right, at least I'm going to say we should try. I should be a lot better person than I am, a lot better. And every day I let myself know that. Every day I say I got to do better. All right, I'm always looking up. All right, and you're the asshole saying, I don't want the job. I don't want to have to be, I don't want to fix things. I don't want the bother of building a nest before I lay eggs. You just don't want the bother that comes with the activities you want to participate in. You don't want to pay the freight for them. You don't want to pay the cost of doing them right. You're like architects who just don't want to go to school. They just want to make buildings. And they just don't give a fuck if they fall down. And that's what makes you despicable. Well, like I said, one could spend an awful lot of time analyzing the public statements of this lunatic. He plays philosophy like a candy flute. Just keeps biting pieces off and making different notes, and it's never the same instrument every day. No consistency whatsoever.